is a vampire-like monster famous for its ability to separate its body in half. At night, the top half detaches, grows large bat wings, and flies off, while the lower body stays behind like a forgotten mannequin. It hunts sleeping people, especially pregnant women, using a long, thin tongue to drink blood or life force. A creepy detail, when it flies, it makes a tick-tick sound that becomes quieter the closer it gets, giving victims a false sense of safety. Its weakness is simple but strange. If you find its abandoned lower half and cover it with salt, garlic, or ash, the creature can't reattach. When sunrise comes, the flying half burns and dies. Basically, if you ever see a pair of legs standing in a forest, don't just scream, sabotage them. El Silban, the Deadly Whistler. El Silban is a tall skeletal spirit cursed to wander forever, carrying a bag filled with his father's bones. His whistle is what makes him terrifying. It's designed to confuse you. If the whistle sounds close, he's probably far away. But if it sounds faint or distant, he's already right next to you. He walks around the countryside or near homes at night, sometimes stopping outside a house to count the bones from his sack. If someone inside hears him, nothing happens. But if he goes unnoticed until morning, someone in the home dies. He's basically a supernatural noise complaint from hell. Many people say dogs can sense him and freak out before humans notice. So if your dog starts panicking at night, maybe don't look out the window. Knucklevi. The Knucklevi is one of the most disturbing creatures in Scottish folklore. Imagine a horse with a human-like torso fused to its back, and neither part has skin. Its muscles, veins, and dark blood are all exposed, making it look like something straight out of a horror movie. Its arms drag to the ground, and its breath is said to be poisonous, capable of killing crops, animals, and even causing sickness in people. It usually emerges from the sea and roams the land, spreading disease and destruction. Fortunately, it has one very specific weakness. It cannot cross fresh water. Even a small stream can stop it completely. So, if you're ever being chased by a skinless demon horseman hybrid, congratulations, you just need to jump over a puddle to survive. Cipactli. Cipactli is a gigantic sea monster from Aztec mythology, known for being so hungry that its entire body was covered in mouths. Even its elbows and knees had teeth. This creature constantly tried to swallow everything the gods created, which obviously caused problems. To stop it, several gods teamed up in a massive battle. One of the gods even lost a foot fighting it. In the end, they defeated Cipactli and used its body to form the structure of the universe. Its head became the heavens, its middle became the earth, and its tail became the underworld. So, according to Aztec creation stories, the whole world sits on the remains of a cosmic monster that once tried to eat everything. No pressure. Skinwalkers. Skinwalkers are witches who use dark magic to harm others, and they are taken very seriously in Navajo culture. A skinwalker can shapeshift into any animal, wolves, coyotes, owls, even deer, depending on what abilities it needs. When it becomes an animal, its eyes look disturbingly human, and when it returns to human form, its eyes look like those of the animal. Skinwalkers are known for incredible speed, strength, and the ability to mimic voices to lure people away from safety. They can cause illness, bad luck, and misfortune. Many stories say they roam at night, blending in with the darkness, watching from a distance. Even today, people avoid talking about them directly out of respect and fear. Pontianak. The Pontianak is the spirit of a woman who died during childbirth. She appears as a beautiful woman with long black hair and pale skin, but her beauty is only a disguise. She uses her soft crying to lure victims, and here's the creepy part. If her cry sounds loud, she's still far away. But if you hear a faint, quiet cry, she's already right behind you. She often smells like flowers, especially frangipani, which many people say is a warning sign she's near. When she reveals her true form, she has long, sharp nails, glowing eyes, and can attack without warning. The Pontianak usually targets men, especially those wandering alone at night. It's basically the worst surprise you could find on a quiet street. Wendigo. The Wendigo is a terrifying creature linked to extreme hunger, greed, and the harsh winter forests of North America. It's created when a human resorts to cannibalism, transforming into a tall, thin, ghostly figure with glowing eyes and an endless appetite. No matter how much it eats, it never feels full. Some stories say it grows larger every time it eats, making it forever starving and forever expanding. Its voice is often described as a whisper carried by the wind, and its presence brings coldness and fear. The Wendigo represents losing control, the idea that hunger or desperation can turn someone into something monstrous. If you hear something screaming through a snowy forest, staying inside suddenly sounds like a great life decision. Tikbalam. The Tikbaling is a tall creature with the head of a horse and the body of a human. It loves hiding in forests and mountains, messing with travelers for fun. One of its favorite tricks is making people walk in circles for hours, even if they're on a straight path. You can spend all night hiking and suddenly find yourself right where you started. Some stories say the Tikbalan only appears to people when it wants to play around or cause confusion. The weirdest part, people say you can stop it by wearing your shirt backwards. Apparently that's enough to confuse the creature and break the illusion. It's basically a supernatural prankster with very strange rules. Kappa. Kappas are water creatures that live in rivers and ponds. They look like a mix between a turtle, a frog, and a human child, with a beak and a shell on their back. The most important part of a kappa is the bowl-shaped dent on its head that holds water. That water is its life force. If it spills, the kappa becomes weak or even dies. Kappas can be dangerous, grabbing people and dragging them into the water, but they're also very obsessed with manners. If you bow to a kappa, it feels forced to bow back, spilling its own water and losing its power. It's probably the only monster in history that can be defeated by politeness. Jorogumo. The Jorogumo is a giant spider that can transform into a beautiful woman. She uses this form to attract unsuspecting men, inviting them into her home or luring them to isolated places. Once the victim lets his guard down, she reveals her true spider form and traps him in her web. The Jorogumo is patient, charming, and extremely deadly. Some legends say she can control smaller spiders, sending them to spy or set traps. Others say she can make illusions to confuse her prey. She's not loud, not messy, just silently dangerous. If you ever meet someone who seems too perfect and is randomly surrounded by spiders, leave immediately.